Boys, girls, and everyone else, we have another Warcraft Rumble video for you, and in this one, we're covering all the new stuff coming in Season 8, baby. Now, before we do, let's give a very special thank you to Warcraft Rumble as well as Blizzard for sponsoring this video and the overall channel. Thank you guys so much. Now, let's get into the nice, juicy contents of what Season 8 has in store for us. Let's go. So, here we are. Keep enemies at bay with the Dryad in Season 8. So we got a new mini coming. Love that. Okay, looks like it's going to be a ranged mini. So 4 cost gold, 370 health, 175 damage. Obviously part of the Cenarian family. Damage type physical with 1 stack of poison, which is going to be elemental per hit. Okay. Oh, it also does a root. Interesting. It looks like the traits are attack, root, poisonous, and fast. Okay, so we got the 4 cost gold. It makes it really rough for Cenarians, admittedly, because it's a very expensive team, but it makes them really easy to use when you have like buffs that give you like hyper amounts of gold in PvP. I obviously have been using them all the time, and I've had several videos on this channel, so hopefully you've checked those out. But this one looks like it's going to be a really unique addition. Let's continue on. So attacks. Javelin, a single target ranged attack. Dryad throws her spear forward, damaging the enemy, rooting them, and applying a poison. Interesting. So you also root the target. Now, is it rooted each time they get attacked? So that way you can just like continuously spam it, and then it'll inevitably like slow them down and like not allow them to move, and they'll just die from the poison. If that's the case, she's going to be insanely good. But let's look at the talents. All right. So Barrage. Favor new targets when possible. So this is interesting because that means if she hits one person, poisons them, roots them, if somebody else gets into her range, she will then switch before the first one dies. So in theory, she's actually like dotting everyone, essentially. Now that could be really good, not necessarily by herself, but as sort of like a murder ball, like with that of Cenarius, like that could be like a really good combination, and just have her dot, 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 dot. Interesting. Okay. That could be really good if it works at least the way that I think it does. Now, the only bad part is, how long does the poison stack? The root duration is 2 seconds. Maybe the poison's also 2 seconds? Unclear. We'll have to test it out. Nature's Swiftness is the second talent. So grant rapid movement speed to an ally. Interesting. So now I do know a little bit more about this one. So this will be granted on one ally. So not all allies, one singular ally. Think similar to like Frostwolf Shaman, where she gives like the armor to one additional ally. So whenever this unit is summoned, they'll give rapid movement to one ally, which there is some unique things you could do with that. So that could be interesting. Thorns is the last talent. So gain Thorns on kill, dealing damage back to melee attackers, stacks 10 times. Gain Thorns on kill, dealing damage back to melee attackers. So she gains Thorns on her after getting a kill, and it can stack up to 10 times. So if she gets 10 stacks, she will do a ton of damage back to melee attackers. That could be really interesting. I think at just initial reading into the talents based off of this description, I think Barrage is the one I would go with first, and then Thorns, and then Nature's Swiftness. Now, this is before testing it. Obviously, I will test her out and see which talents are the best, and then make a video on that for you guys. But initial thoughts would lead me to think that Barrage, then Thorns. Maybe not, though. We'll see. So she can hit flying enemies. Her root won't apply, making her slightly more effective at encountering ground-based enemies, which makes sense. Excellent against big single targets such as tanks. She can be deployed after a push has already been formed. Her fast movement speed will enable her to catch up to the group. Ah, interesting. Okay, so she runs fast. So it's literally telling you how to play her then, where you drop her behind a murder ball and she'll very quickly catch up and dot everything, because you don't want her to run past your tanks and then end up getting killed. Ooh, okay. Shalomance is our new dungeon. Now, this is a throwback to World of Warcraft, which is fantastic. So let's look at this. All right. So dungeon full of twisting shadows, dark magic, and necromancy. Interesting. Okay, look at this map even. So you start down here. There's a tower like right in front of you. That's actually crazy and out of pocket. Now I'm assuming, can it go up? I don't know actually. But then this one, so it looks like you could, like, typically this would be the other way around, but you would go this way and either go straight or to the left. So very different, very simple, but very different. Okay, so the Dark Illusionist will keep you guessing which one is the real Jandis. There's only one way to find out. Kill them all. That's interesting. Rattlegore. Okay, so this is also pretty straightforward. Disturbing the dead could quickly become overwhelming when fighting Rattlegore. Interesting. So yeah, clearly going to be summoning the dead, but very, very open. I mean, literally just a fully open map. Huh. Dark Master Gandling. Ooh. Okay, so this one is also pretty interesting. I actually recognize this from World of Warcraft. That's actually really cool. So it looks like you can get people that spawn here, like these 3 areas. Like this is kind of a weird spawn point. All right, so this one says, choose carefully when facing Dark Master Gandling and his clever use of necromancy and trickery. Interesting. In the 2 gold nodes. Honestly, this dungeon looks super fun. I'm trying to remember, like we've never gotten a brand new dungeon. So this is the first new dungeon coming to Warcraft Rumble. Did we get a date? Did I miss that? I guess whenever season 8 comes out. It does say that the Dryad won't be available on the grid until season 9, but don't worry, you can add it to your collection of minis through the Guild War Chest PvP or 3 store offers, 1 at season start, 1 at mid-season, and 1 at the end of the season. So you can get her for free with the Guild War Chest and through PvP, or there will be 3 store offers if you don't want to wait. Interesting. Okay. So I love the dungeon. I actually can't wait for that. That's going to be really cool. Dungeons admittedly have gotten a little stale because we've been doing the same ones for so long. And the idea of rotating through a whole new dungeon is pretty sick, actually. So I look forward to this. I'm just trying to think, like, we've never had it reset, like have a whole new dungeon before. So I don't know. I mean, all of the minis would be gold already for the decks. Right? Yeah. So then you would... Like, is it going to require us to use each individual leader to like when you start like level 1 or 3 or whatever it is, and you have to like beat it several times with the same leader, but then you won't have the same reward because you won't get the gold upgrades. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. It'll be interesting to see how they handle that. I mean, obviously gold would be the easiest option in my recommendation to give people more gold. So that's interesting. All right, so grid overviews. The grid, overrides, not overview, overrides. The grid overrides are a new feature that give more control over the grid, allowing mini rarity and XP to be changed before purchasing. Types of overrides: Rare-O-Matic and Tinker's Gem. The Rare-O-Matic, or ROM for short, can be placed in any open spot on the grid and will override mini quality in the same row or column. So row, column. Changing it to rare. The gold cost of the mini is also changed to match the new rarity. Interesting. Okay, so like if there was like, let's say Deep Breath, right? Deep Breath is a really hard one that you basically can only get on the grid. Let's see, it shows up. It's obviously the normal one, which is going to be, no color, or brown, question mark. And then you can use this, the Rare-O-Matic, to make it rare. So not uncommon, that's green, rare, that is blue. That's going to be really nice. Depending on how you get these, that's going to be actually super nice to get for like those hard to reach upgrades, and arguably make it a lot easier to target the minis that you want to get more out of. That's actually really cool. I'm definitely going to be using that. I would recommend, if you already have it, to use that on Deep Breath, because that's going to be sick. All right, cool. I love that. So now the next one, a Tinker's Gem can be placed in any open slot in the grid to grant additional bonus XP to minis in the same row or column when purchased. This can be used in combination with the already existing XP bonuses found naturally in the grid. Oh, cool. So this is a very specific gem that gives you more XP, and you can double down on it if there's already like another like XP thing. You can put it on the other side and then get the mini in the middle and get both. Whoa, that's crazy. Overrides are consumed once a mini is purchased from the grid. Only one type of override can be used at a time. Okay, that also makes sense. You don't want to like stack both of them, but I like that. 2 new emote. Is that a Sapper emote? That's funny. The Goblin Giggle emote will be available in the Guild War Chest, and the Stinky Meat Wagon emote is earnable through PvP at 12k honor. Interesting. Stinky meat. All right, season schedule. We've added some new combinations to Arc-like Surges that include Cenarium Leaders and Savannas. Oh, cool. We will be updating these again in season 9 with additional combinations. Very cool. All right, so season 8, the Dark Moon Fair is coming back. Wow, I forgot about that actually. August 21st through the 28th. Molten Core. Okay. Blingtron is coming back once, and then Stormwind Sieges. Drop down schedule for our rotating of the weekly familiar family, dungeons, PvP, and Arc-like Surges. Cool. All right, so that's all of it really, and you can see like the different things going on there. So super cool. This is fantastic. Obviously, the biggest part of this update is going to be the brand new dungeon. Again, very curious to see how it's going to play out since we've never had a new dungeon and like what the first clear rewards will be like. I don't remember. I've been playing the game for so long now since launch that I have no idea what it is. And obviously, the new mini looks like it's going to be a fantastic addition to the Cenarian family. So super excited for both, actually. Let me know in the comment section which of these you're more excited about. Honestly, I'm kind of torn. I don't know. Maybe the mini, but the dungeon, I don't know. Anyway, once again, thank you so much to Warcraft Rumble and Blizzard for sponsoring today's video. And let me know which of these two things you're most excited about, or the new trinkets that are now in the grid, because that also sounds like it could be really awesome. Let me know what you're most excited about coming in Season 8 in the comment section below, guys. And until next time, I hope to see you in a video soon.